YouTube. Brian Van Dyne, for those of you that don't know me or recognize me for that matter. I wanted to do a little video today and talk to you guys about some of the dreams and goals you got. And this whole idea came up in my head because I was just scrolling on Facebook and one of my memories popped up from 2017, back before I even I'd started my business. A little drawing popped up. It said Van Dyne Dump Trucking, and then it had two little dump trucks that I had drawn on a piece of paper, and I had my company name all drawn out, kind of Western style, because I really liked me and my coworker were talking about doing my logo in Western style because I really like the old Western type font, you know. And I was just thinking, you know, like, man, even like 6 years ago, I had no idea I was going to be where I am today in business. You know, running 4 trucks, you know, having all the stuff I have in business and being as successful as I am. I never imagined in my wildest dreams I'd be where I'm at today. Like, I mean, I envisioned it, like I dreamed about it, but I couldn't like say for certain, you know, oh, in 5 years I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna have this many trucks, this, or whatever, you know. But I knew I was going somewhere. I knew I was taking the steps to get there, you know. And that was every single day after work. After working 10 hours, I'd come home and work on that dump truck. And it wasn't paying me any money. I was investing all that time and money into that truck, that 85 Peterbilt, and I wasn't seeing a 0%, I was seeing 0% return in money. I did that for 7 months. 7 months. And every single day, the only thing I could think about was starting the business and running my own dump truck business and how I'm going to find customers and how I'm going to keep customers and, you know, just doing something that I enjoy doing, you know. Or actually, I didn't really even know I would enjoy dump trucking. Quite honest with you, I didn't even know because I had never even done dump trucking. But I knew I enjoyed, you know, driving trucks, you know. And so, well, that, partially that, and because I was slightly lazy too. Because I had, in my head, I had 3 options of starting 3 different businesses. Mobile welding, a roofing business, or dump trucking. You know, and roofing, I absolutely hated roofing. But I could have been so successful doing a roofing business because, number one, I know how to roof, and you can make really, really good money doing roofing. Like, very, very good money. You know, and if you get the right houses, it's easy, you know. And so, but anyways, back to every single day I was dreaming about my business. Every single second, every single hour, I was thinking about my business before I ever even started. Like, I was absolutely obsessed. Like, and anybody that knows me, like, if you go back to 2017, 2018, if you ever talked to me, you knew I was going to talk about my dump truck and my business that I was going to start. Like, it was the only thing on my mind 24/7. Like, there was nothing on my mind more than that. There really wasn't. I hate to say that, but that was, you know. And I feel like I kind of am the same way today. Like, you know, how am I going to keep growing my business? Like, during the whole day, I'm planning out business moves in my head. You know, like, weighing the options. You know, when I'm talking to my buddies, it's about the business. Everything is always business related. If it ain't business related, then I'm bored. Like, I do not want to talk about stupid shit. Like that, like, people call me all the time and want to talk about, small talk, oh, have you heard about the war or this or that or, I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about dump trucks, dude. I want to talk about, the motors they have, the transmissions they have, the styles of dump trucks. How would you put this dump truck to work? How could you maximize the profit on this type of dump truck? Who's your best customer for this kind of dump truck? Like, it's nothing but questions that run through my mind all day long. Like, boom, 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 boom. When I talk to Blake all the time. And every time we talk, it's always about making money in dump trucks and industry topics. It's never about, oh, hey, man, how was that movie? Did you go see Frozen 3 or 5 or whatever what came out? Or did you go see Barbie? No. I don't talk about stupid shit like that. I don't think about stupid stuff like that. And if you're trying to talk to me when I'm working about stupid stuff, like, in my head, I'm gonna be like, I gotta end this call, man. This guy's not talking about the stuff I'm on. I gotta be thinking about the stuff I'm on, and when I'm talking to my friends, it's always like lately they're all asking me like, hey man, you gonna get a Lowboy? You gonna get a Lowboy or what? Like, and I just keep thinking in my head, I keep weighing the option in my head over and over and over and over and over again, and every time I talk to different people, I ask them too, like, what do you think? What would you do? Would you get a Lowboy or, what do you think about a Lowboy? And like, every second of the day, I'm thinking about something business related. Like, 1,000% of my time is almost all business, like when I get home though, I do spend time with family and stuff, and I have time with the kids set aside and time for the gym, but even at the gym, the group of friends that I've developed and the clique we started, we talk about business. It's business. Like, if you ain't talking about how to make money, like, why are we talking? Like, I don't do small talk like, oh, have you heard of this or that? Or, like, no, dude, if it's not about making money or growing a business somehow, like, it's not interesting to me. It makes me bored. And I think one of the reasons why I have become so successful in my business is because I dedicate 90% of my brain's processing power to thinking about business moves, business questions, all this. Like, and then on top of that, this is where a lot of people go wrong, right? A lot of people think about the stuff I'm talking about right now. A lot of people think a lot about making money. They come up with tons of ideas. Some of them even come up with strategies of how to execute those ideas. But then they never take a single step in that direction. They can come up with 10 million excuses of why it won't work, why it hasn't worked, why they can't do it. They don't have this, they don't have that. It's like 10 billion roadblocks they put in front of themselves. It's literally like when you're at the beach and there's plenty of beach to build a flipping sandcastle, but you're like, no, I'm gonna build it right where the water's crashing. So every time I come up with an idea, the waves come and wash it back away. So you never make no progress. That's a lot of you guys. I hate to say it, I've had so many people reach out to me. Oh, Brian, I want to start a business. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then, you know, I'm like, well, okay. What's holding you back? Like, are you going to buy a dump truck? Or are you going to do this or that? Or, oh, I got this and I'm saving up and this and that. And, you know, like, there's a lot of guys that have talked to me and it took them, like, a long time before they even started taking steps, you know? And I've just, you know, when people reach out to me on Facebook and they're like, hey man, I'm thinking about starting a dump truck business, I'm like, cool. Send me a picture of your truck when you get one. That's it. Like, I don't got time to talk about all this other stuff, dude. Like, if you got some serious business questions, yeah, we'll talk about it, you know? But if you're just, you know, if you're only thinking about it, you can think about it in your head. Don't occupy my space and my time, you know. If you're not making moves to make it happen, you know. See, and I think that is one of the first baby steps, though, is reaching out to people in the industry you want to be in. Like, that is a baby step, you know. But you got to realize, you know, just talking to people, that ain't enough. You know, that is a step in the right direction, but you got to keep making other steps. You know, you got to have a game plan written down. Honestly, I am so set on telling you guys, you have to have something written down on paper or typed out on your freaking Samsung notes or your iPad notes. You gotta type something out or write something out. Honestly, and they say writing is the best, and I tend to agree. You know, if you take the time to write down what you want, and then a couple steps, like, okay, this is what I want. I want the side dump rolling before summertime. And then you write down a list of stuff you got to do to the truck before it can actually roll. I've literally done this. I said, okay, my goal is before summer. What do I got to do to make it happen by summer? Okay, I wrote a list of all the things that I thought were bad with the truck. I wrote a list of all the things that I would personally not drive the truck if it was not repaired. And then, you know, wrote it all down. And then, when I wasn't working, driving this truck, guess what I was doing? Checking those marks off that list. Boom, I fixed the back window. Boom, I fixed the lights. Boom, I changed all the tires. Boom, I replaced the cab airbag. Boom, torque rod. New brakes. Wheel seal. Heater. Paint job. Put the headache rack back on. And every day it was, you don't have to have the truck ready today, Brian. But if you want to have that truck ready by summer, you need to take a step every single time you have a chance. And here I am. I bought the truck 1 or 2 months ago, and in January, not in summertime, in January, the truck's already rolling, making money. If you give yourself a time limit, let me give you an example. If I tell my son, I say, hey man, I want you to have your room cleaned within an hour. A lot of people will take the full hour to get their room cleaned. If you tell them you want the room cleaned in 5 minutes, or there's consequences, the room's gonna get cleaned a lot faster. You may not have it done in 5 minutes, but you will be a hell of a lot further than if you would have told yourself, I'm gonna have it done by within a year. I'm gonna have it done by summer, And then a lot of people, when they do that, when they tell themselves a date, then they take that whole amount of time to get it done. And then sometimes they make it, and sometimes they don't, and they're slow. If you remember that speed is the most important thing when running a business, it's one of the most important things, you will get your stuff done so much faster, and you will blow your goals out of the water. You'll blow them out of the water. If you just, set, even if you set the goal, it can't be too unrealistic. It's got to be somewhat realistic, right? For me, getting the side dump rolling by summertime was a realistic goal. I'm like, I got 2 trucks that I'm trying to get ready, right? So not just one, I got both of them. And I'm not just going to work on just one. I like to hop back and forth between projects sometimes, because sometimes you just get burnt out with one project and you're like, I got to take a step back from this. Let me work on solving this problem, right? You can't have too many problems in front of you, or else you won't get nothing done. But you got to have something to take a step back and say, okay, let me do something else meanwhile. It's just like when Andrew Tate said, a rocket does not take a pause halfway into the sky. It doesn't. It doesn't just pause halfway. It blasts all the way into space. It's like running a business, man. When you're trying to get a truck ready, you don't go take 3 months off of working on it. You do something every chance you get. And then, at the end of 2 months, you're going to realize, wow, I could have probably did this even faster. I don't know how many times I've, set a goal and then blew it out of the water. I'm like, whoa, man, I didn't set a realistic goal. I should have set something better, But for me, the main trick is you have to write down something on paper, right? And then you keep that date in the back of your mind, and then force yourself, every chance you're sitting around doing nothing, you need to be able to self-reflect and say, why am I wasting time? There's literally stuff I could be doing right now to make this goal a reality. A lot of people are like, oh, Brian, you're so blessed to have all this, in such a short amount of time. How do you do it? How do this and how do that? I've gotten that from a lot of people. Like, oh, man, how did you grow your business so quick? In a matter of 5 years, 6 years, you got 4 dump trucks, 2 excavators, a rock crusher, $100,000+ pickup, TRD Pro, house, well, all this stuff in a matter of 6 years. And let me tell you what, it's because every time I'm sitting, wasting time, there's a clock that ticks in my head. As soon as I waste a certain amount of time, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I scrolling? Why am I wasting time? I could be doing something productive. That's another reason why I don't have a TV in my house. Because you can literally sit in front of a TV for 2 hours and it goes by like that fast. You know how much work you can get done on a dump truck in 2 hours? You know how much welding you can do on a dump truck in 2 hours? You know how much wiring you can do in a dump truck in 2 hours? You know how many tires you can change? You know how much, the possibilities are endless. But instead, a lot of people will sit in front of a TV and watch a TV show for 2 hours. 2 hours. 3 hours. They'll watch shows back to back to back. I've done this myself. I'm the type of guy, when I had Netflix, I would binge watch series after series after series after series. I literally have wasted fucking weeks on stupid shit like that. I know a lot of you guys are the same way. I know you've done it because I've done it, and everybody does it. You just look around, you can see it all everywhere. People waste so much time, like it's unbelievable. And then I get all the time, Brian, how do you make time for the gym? How do you go to the gym every day? It's like, dude, I don't enjoy it all the time, but I make the time. Because I know at 7:30, if I'm in the gym, I'm working out for an hour to 2 hours, right? If I don't go to the gym, what am I doing for 2 hours, those 2 hours? I'm either sleeping or I'm scrolling the internet. And scrolling the internet is not going to make me any money. It's not going to make me any healthier. It's not going to do anything for me. And I hardly ever get to sleep before 7 o'clock. It's always 8, 9 o'clock. I've taken a step back. I'm taking a step out of me to self-reflect on how I was wasting my time every single night. Let me scroll Facebook for a couple hours, or let me scroll Facebook for 10 minutes. Let me hop over to Instagram for 10 minutes. Let me hop over to YouTube for 30 minutes. Oh, let me go back to Facebook, see if anybody commented on my stuff or responded to any of my comments. Let me go back to this one. Let me go back to that. And then next thing you know, 2 to 3 hours wasted. Wasted. And that's how you end up 300 pounds. Thank God I only made it to 220 before I realized I was killing myself. Not taking care of myself. The more you improve yourself, the more you work on yourself, the better your life's gonna be. I guarantee you that. And a health, and it's not only just being healthy and working out and that type of stuff, but it's literally keeping track of what are you wasting your time on. How can you be more productive, you know? If you try and be more productive, even if it's only for an hour a day, that's literally 6 hours a week. You know, it adds up. It's like when we were in junior high and high school, they're like, oh, all the smokers who smoke a pack a day or for a month or whatever, you could have millions of dollars and you could have a Lamborghini. And everyone's like, yeah, where's your Lamborghini? You know, and this and that. And they all say that. And then you look at all the people that spend $10 to $15 on coffee every single day. And then at the end of the year, if they actually went back and looked at all the money they spent, all the money they wasted just to have that little comfort, or that, you know, just that little vice they had. Or it could be a big vice. I don't know. That all adds up. Those are literal choices that you could be making that you're not taking to make your life more effective, proactive, getting the stuff done the way it needs to get done. Anyways, guys, I'm about ready to show up to the job site. I gotta call my driver. He was trying to call me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Find a goal, write it down, take the steps. You'll be surprised how far you get. Catch you later.